Did you know that, biologically speaking, a human is basically a highly evolved anus with a job, dreams, and ambitions? And believe me, that's not even the weirdest thing about the human body. So grab a snack, because today, we're diving into some brutally honest facts about your body that might just blow your mind. Let's kick things off with a life hack. If you're dealing with hiccups that just won't stop for hours, all you have to do is stick a finger up your rear end and gently massage your rectum. If it doesn't fix the hiccups, well, at least your day just got a little weirder. So, what's next? Ah, yes, the miracle of childbirth. But sometimes, it turns tragic. If a woman dies during labor, built-up gases inside her body can actually push the baby out on their own. By the way, the umbilical cord is a valuable source of stem cells that can help treat blood and immune disorders. No wonder there are conspiracy theories claiming that rich people are secretly buying up embryos to stay young forever. Personally, I think that's morally insane. And speaking of embryos, here's a fun little fact that proves the anus really is the beginning of it all. Did you know that the very first part of a human embryo to form is the anus? That's right. Technically speaking, we all started as highly advanced buttholes. God bless science and buttholes. And here's something else you should know. All embryos start out with female sex organs. Every single one of us was a girl in the womb for a while, but about half of us somehow managed to sprout a pair of male bits. There's even a visible reminder of this, that little seam running down the middle of the scrotum between your, spheres, satchels, or whatever you like to call them. That line is exactly where a vagina would have developed if you didn't have a Y chromosome. And no, it's not a zipper, so don't even try. The male scrotum hangs outside the body for a reason. It protects the testicles where sperm is made, matured, and stored. The same stuff that eventually turns into scientists, serial killers, and retail employees. The normal human body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, but sperm needs a cooler environment, around 91.4 degrees. Overheat it or freeze it, and you might end up raising a dictator. But let's get back to anuses. For example, did you know the human anus can stretch up to 6 inches without serious damage? Doctors routinely discover the most unexpected objects inside people's rectums, things that definitely weren't designed to go up there. Keys, flashlights, glasses, handguns, even jars of pickles. An erection, or to use the highly scientific term, a mighty hard-on, is when blood fills the spongy chambers of the penis or clitoris, causing them to swell in size. If that's happening to you, relax. It's totally normal and nothing to be ashamed of. But don't overdo it. Yes, you can break a penis. There are also medical conditions, sometimes triggered by medication, where an erection doesn't go away even after climax, and that can be seriously dangerous. If it lasts for several hours, the blood inside starts to clot, cutting off oxygen to the tissue, which can lead to something called penile ischemia, or in plain English, a heart attack of the junk. Trust me, it hurts like hell. During an erection, your downstairs buddy needs about 2 tablespoons of blood. In some cases, let's say the spoons get bigger, maybe a teaspoon, maybe a bartender's pour. The penis can increase up to 5 times in size, which, let's be honest, sounds pretty impressive. Human culture is obsessed with the size of male genitals. We build skyscrapers, buy giant trucks, all to prove one thing: mine's bigger than yours. But here's the twist. Humans actually have the largest penis-to-body size ratio of any primate. Take gorillas, for example. These massive apes typically have penises just 6 to 7 centimeters long. Now, here's something fun. If you took King Kong from the classic movie and calculated his proportions, technically, he could have had sex with the woman he carried up the skyscraper. Based on the math, his junk would have been around 10 inches long, which is, well, a pretty standard human size. By the way, here's a little something to keep in mind. Pretty much every hand you've ever shaken has held a penis at some point. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just a fact. In fact, after a few handshakes, you might have indirectly held the junk of a celebrity. Now, let's talk about human poop, because it's everywhere. In the air, on hygiene products, and yes, even on your face. I wish I was joking. Scientists once ran an experiment to see if it was possible to escape the endless wave of microscopic crap around us. They took a brand new toothbrush, sealed it in a closed cabinet, and left it there for a few days. And guess what? Fecal particles still found a way to land on that toothbrush, because apparently poop just doesn't care about your boundaries. Last fact for today, and it's more of a myth, but with a grain of truth. If you've ever been out robbing fresh graves, hypothetically of course, you might have noticed that the recently deceased often appear to have stubble on their faces or unusually long nails. The myth says that hair and nails keep growing after death. But in reality, they don't. Hair and nails need energy for their cells to divide and grow, and a corpse has none of that, kind of like me after a long work week. What really happens is that the skin dehydrates and shrinks, making hair and nails look longer as more of them becomes exposed. The skin also tightens, causing the tiny muscles around hair follicles to contract and raise the hairs like a permanent case of goosebumps. Gross, right? I'm definitely not sleeping tonight. But hey, if you want to sleep better and dream only of rainbows and puppies, you can always like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back soon with more unpleasant truths. Take care of yourself, my friend, and remember, you're the best anus out there.